Alright guys, Coach Moz here from the Under-14s. Back from a very sunny Harrow Road with a very good result. We played Walthamstow Wolves. The team is top of the league and we beat them 6-2. Jeffrey got a hat-trick, Riley got a brace and Kasim got another, which makes it 6. So yeah, talk about a game of two halves. Went out that first half, we knew what Walthamstow's game plan was going to be. It was going to be pretty direct, playing balls through the air, trying to exploit the spacing behind our back four. And they said that's exactly what they did, and they capitalised from 2 poor errors from a back four. And yeah, I think it was a collective thing. We were quite poor, leading all those balls over the top, and it's quite disappointing, especially because we mentioned it in training yesterday and before the game actually started. So yeah, we found ourselves on the back foot, 2-0 down. We grabbed a goal before half time, made it 2-1. And yeah, that first half was a weird half because we were the better team, with a much better footballing team. We had 3 clear-cut chances, which we should have scored at least 1 or 2. I thought we were quite poor finishing well first half. But yeah, we brought the boys in. Rudy gave them a right hearing at half time. Shook them up a bit, sent them back out early. And yeah, we got that second equaliser, or that first equaliser, to make it 2-2 pretty early on in the second half. And a few excellent finishes after that. Man, it was pretty quickly 4 or 5-2. And we finished it off with a nice 6-2. So yeah, credit to the boys. It was a big test. We knew that if we lost or drew this game, that would have been the final nail in the coffin, really, in terms of our league challenge. So it was a really important win. Yeah, we were the better footballing team. It was a comprehensive result. Smashing the league leaders 6-2 is no small feat. So shout out to the boys. But Sammy was excellent in the second half when he dropped deep in that holding midfield, ran the game from there. Adam did a job for us in the second half when Yusuf went off injured. So credit to a lot of the boys today. They put in a right goal today. It was quite hot, and yeah, they dug out a 6-2 win when they were 2-0 down. So well done, boys. Enjoy Sunday, but we go back on Tuesday and we got another big game next week on Sunday. So come on.
Hello, Coach Adam of the Under-12s. The result on goal scorers today, we won 4-2. Usaid Kotia got 2 goals, Hamza Kara got 1 and Isa Mohammed got 1. It's a summary of the game. We start the game with 8 players. We're short today. I thought we did quite well with 8 players. Went 3-0 in at half time. Played some good stuff. I think the team were helping each other out a lot more. There's a lot more movement in the passing. The ball's kept on the floor. Then the 9th player came in. That was Ray. Not that it had anything to do with him, but I thought the performance levels went down after that. Got greedy in possession, didn't want to release the ball quickly, just wanted to do things on their own. Should have scored a lot more goals today. The keeper made some really good saves, but we were really bad in front of goal. I thought we could have been a lot more clinical at times. But yeah, it was a good first half, and yeah, it just sort of deteriorated as the game went on. Second half we actually lost it, which is really disappointing. They got 2 goals back, and yeah, it was just some really bad goals conceded as well. So yeah, not a lot to say on that. But we go on, we carry on. If we can carry on playing like we did in that first half, but it shouldn't take having a man down to sort of bring up the performance levels. It should be throughout the whole sort of 60 minutes that we play. But yeah, that's it. We carry on, and yeah, thank you.
Alright guys, Coach Ethan here. Sorry about the lighting. Looks a bit weird, but yeah. 10s today. We had 2 goals from Zidane and 1 from Unais. I got it wrong in the message. It wasn't Isham that scored. But yeah, 3-3 draw against Aldersbrook. To be fair, it was one of the most frustrating games I've ever seen, especially with that team. I thought we should have done a lot better. Should have taken our chances. It's the same old story with this team. They don't take the chances. They don't do what they're doing in training. They don't put it out on the pitch, and it's their own faults, to be honest. The other team just got silly, lucky goals. All the goals came from our own mistakes, and we didn't deserve the draw. But at the end of the day, I hope the boys learned their lesson, and or that what they're learning in training now, they have to realise that it's got to be implemented in the game. They're not going to grow, they're not going to improve if they don't do what they're doing in training in the games. It's as simple as that. But big shout out goes to Adam Putney and Unais today, put in a mad shift, and yeah, on to the next.
Hi guys, Coach Saf here with the under-9s. Played against Cocoa, unfortunately lost 2-1. Our goal scorer was Yahya Kax. Yeah, I can't really fault the boys too much. They came up against a good squad in Cocoa. I'll be honest with you, they came out to win, of course. But r77 on the 9s done a wicked job. We're trailing 2-0 and we managed to bring back another goal. And you can see the fire and hunger in our boys. Last 15 minutes of the game, the boys were really on it. They really wanted to fight to get the second goal. You had Cheyenne up top, hustling as he always does. We had Abdurrahman and Isa at the back doing an amazing job, and the new addition in Zayn, which I got to see him for the first time playing for the 9s, and I can see a massive player in our squad now. Rafai turned up today, which was very surprising, and it's really enjoyable to watch now. But yeah, all in all, I think on the 9s are now starting to gel together. Obviously, of course, there will always be more work to be done with the boys. Osvaldo's doing an amazing job with them. We hope to hopefully start getting our wins in. And yeah, let's get going. Let's go 9s.
Hi there guys, Coach Asfat of the Under-8s. Played triangles today, score was 3-3 with Isa Khan with debut goal, 2 goals actually, and Percy with 1 goal. I thought we started the game very poorly, and I think the time change didn't help. We had a few of our boys showing up late, especially the big players, because today I picked 4 under-7s. So half my squad were actual under-7 players. And it was always going to be difficult for them. Ideally, I didn't want to start all of them at the same time. But unfortunately, I was left with very little choice. But yeah, first half I thought it was just a flat performance. Everyone was at 10%. They were just sleeping at the back. It's just the basics were not happening. And then at half time, I sort of spoke to them a bit. Gave them a kick up the backside. Second half was a lot better. Still could have been a lot better, but at one point when we had 4 of the under-7s on the pitch with Mo Safraz, Percy, Isa Khan and Sully, I thought they looked comfortable. I know the step up from 7s to 8s is a big one. I know it's only 1 year, but if you take into account the physicality of the game, the size of opponents you're playing against, it changes by a lot. And you know, someone like Isa who's never played in that environment, he found it tough first half, but naturally he grew into the game, and he's got a sweet strike, that boy. He can shoot from everywhere. Just needs to do that more often. But yeah, overall not a terrible performance. I thought, you know, we didn't lose. At half time our only instruction was, you know, go out there and do what you do best. Just try and make something of this game now. But yeah, they did well. We were losing 3-0. They showed good character, fight to come back. And it's 5-a-side, so there's always going to be goals. There's always going to be mistakes, so you can't really blame them too much. I think it was just an off day, and I think we sometimes forget that they are actually under-7s playing on an under-8s pitch. So, you know, losing the likes of Yahya, Abdurrahman, Cheyenne, you know, Zayn, especially this week, those are 4 big players for us, and they, you know, they make it easy for us to win games, and not having them there makes it a bit more difficult. And I think my expectation was always to roll over teams in the under-8s age group, especially with the big boys that we got. But I think, you know, bringing these new under-7s in, it'll be a test for them. And you know, we're all about learning, so results not everything. But I thought today the performance wasn't that great either. But yeah, on to next week. Thank you.
Yeah, with Coach Mo. Under-7s had a game against GS London at midday. We were without Mosaf, Percy, Suleiman, and Issa, who also played for the under-8s. Great performance by them for the under-8s against a tough Triangle side. So we went with our normal setup. Started off with Yusuf Ibrahim at the back, Omar up front. I thought we started not too bad. We created chances very, very early. But again, like last week, we were missing easy opportunities. And we all know goals give you confidence, give the team confidence. And because we could have finished the game off in that first half. And because we didn't, I think heads dropped a little bit. Mistakes were starting to be made. Again, it was just some of the basics. And considering this is the first time that these boys have been without those 4 superstars, it is a little bit understandable, and we have to cut them a little bit of slack. But GS London, no offense to them, they're not a team that we should be struggling against. I mean, we didn't really struggle. I don't think we would have come out from that game without anything but a win. But it was just about converting the chances that we were creating, and it's the second week in a row now where we've only scored 3 goals, and I mean, I know that sounds a bit bad to say, but we're normally used to scoring a lot more. So yeah, that needs to be improved upon. In terms of stand-up performance, I don't think there were very many, if I'm completely honest. But yeah, you have those days. You have these days. They'll come, especially at this age group. It's a learning curve for them, and as me as a coach as well. So we move on to next week.
Alright guys, let's sum up today. Started off with 4 games at 10 AM. So the under 8s, 9s, 10s and 12s all kicked off at 10 AM. Start with the under 8s. They were losing 3-0 at one point. They clawed the game back to 3-3. So decent comeback from them. Could have won it in the end. But to be fair, majority of the game they played with under 7s, 4 of them: Sully, Mosaf, Issa Khan and Percy. And Percy and Issa Khan got a brace. So in terms of progression, you can't ask for anything more. They've pretty much taken the whole under 7 squad, and yeah, and because of it, the under 8s that they got, 4 of them moved up to the under 9s. So it's just a cycle. Under 9s lost 2-1. Yahya, who's on 8, got on the score sheet. It was a good display, but they played against a good kick-over side. So not too worried about the loss. The under 9s are progressing very, very well. So well done to them. And you know, sometimes results won't go your way, but the performance is what matters. And yeah, it's a decent performance. Under 10s, a little bit different. Played really, really well, but still drew the game 3-3. They only got 7 players. It's something that we know. It's something that we've gonna address. They only got a few weeks left to the end of the season now, so preparations for next seasons are well and truly underway. But we know the quality they've got in that team, and next year, the next season even, that team's gonna kick on. We just know it. Under 12s won 4-2. Usaid on the score sheet as usual. Let's see how strong he finishes now. Hamza Kara again on the score sheet, and Issa Mohammed on the score sheet as well. So you know what, the under 12s, they've had a fantastic season. I don't think there's much complaints about the under 12s. You know what you're gonna get with them. They score a lot of goals. They're organised. So well done to them. Then the under 7s played. They won 3-2. Sometimes we forget, especially myself, that they are young boys, 4-year-olds playing in that team. But expectancy is that, and I think there's not a problem with having that expectancy, because you can see what they can do, what they produce in training, and it can be difficult because you got 4 of the biggest players in the team playing for the under 8s. So to win a game of that caliber, to be fair, equals that. You know, even though we're playing GS London, many people just expect us to roll them over. But at the end of the day, we could have rolled them over. We still could have rolled them over, but because of our better players moving up, our lesser players, there's more onus on them to do even more, and that takes time. So
That's a squad being built all over again, the under-7. So, good result if you ask me. Not the best performance, but I don't know. I'm not going to knock him. I'm not going to knock him at all. Because like I said, it's just that expectancy. We expect them to do very well every week. And then it was the big game. Walthamstow Wolves versus R77. Now, we conceded the title about 3 weeks ago. We said there's no way we're going to come back in it. At the start of play today, Walthamstow won 46 points. We won 42 points. And Globe won 41 points. Before kickoff, we found out Globe got a 3-0 win. So that took them up to 44 points. So they were ahead of us before start of play today. So it was a must-win game for us. And it closed a gap. We went 2-0 down. Over nothing. It were our mistakes. Walthamstow were not in that game at all. We dominated from start to finish. We made two errors and we gifted them 2 goals. And you know, we had our backs against the wall. It was all about a unit today, from management all the way up to the players, and every single person delivered. We clawed the game back. We won the game 6-2. We won the game comfortably. It was a deserved win. I don't think anybody can argue with that. We played the right way at times. We mixed it up. We were battling. And you know what? We're well and truly back in this title race. We're 1 point behind. We've got a slightly easier running than the other 2. And anything can happen. This is football. So we just got to keep ticking our boxes. It's not in our hands. We just got to keep ticking our boxes, hope for the best, and if they drop points, we have to be ready to pounce. So I think it ended on a great victory, performance-wise, attitude-wise, and result-wise. So there's not much you can ask for from those 14s. I think they delivered. I've got to give a shout out to Sammy, who was incredible in centre midfield. He took it upon himself to go and play there, and boy did he have a fantastic game. So much respect to Sammy. And Jeff, on to get a hat-trick. His finishing has been first class. Could have scored probably 1 or 2 more, but it's no easy feat scoring a hat-trick. So well done to the 14s. Let's go. You know, the cup and league double is on, so we just got to keep fighting every game. Every game is important now, and we're away now. So from next Saturday we are in Gambia. All the coaches are out. The only game that will go ahead next Sunday will be the 14s game. So that's because we're in a title race. We cannot afford to forfeit a game, not after having clawed back all those points. So yeah, the 14s will play next week. Apart from that, no one else will play, because of the fact that we just don't have anyone on the ground. So we're in Gambia. Remember to donate. You still got time to donate. It's Gambia time now, so we're officially in charity mode, officially in Gambia mode, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. Back from Gambia, fresh from Gambia, better skin hopefully. So yeah, till then, peace, look after yourselves, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks' time.